I use, yeah, I use Mentimeter in this case. Right, then you can scan this. Yeah, you can scan the barcode. I'd like to know, even you are from Indonesia, I'm not sure. Probably you are coming from different ethnicity. So I'd like to know what ethnicity are you from? Yeah. Like me, I am actually a Japanese. Yeah. I was born from Java Island. Then I'd like to know, where are you from dominantly? Yeah. I have also the link. If you get difficulty to scan, I'll share in
the chat box.
yeah, in this. Chat, okay? Yeah. Okay, you can just click, right? Then I'd like to know. Right, okay. Japanese, right? Same as me, okay? Then the response probably. All right, Maduris, okay. Bunga, yeah, basically bunga is
Bunga is
Japanese. Yeah.
Japanese, yeah.
Okay. East Java, yeah, East Java can be Maduris, yeah, can be Javanese, yeah. Okay. Right. We have 10 responses actually, and most of the respondents, yeah, most of you are from Javanese because the words are bigger than the words. Okay.
Antura is
Oh,
also
Pura.
Japanese.
Okay. Yeah, that's still Japanese, right?
Yeah.
Because I just wonder if maybe you are from other island out of Java.
I think most of the students are Japanese.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the students are Japanese. Okay, well, the next one, right? What languages do you speak? Yeah. Like me, because I'm Japanese, so I speak Japanese language. However, I also speak Indonesian language, and I'm still learning to speak English, like what I'm speaking now. So basically, I speak more than one languages. What about you? Yes, of course, Indonesian language or bahasa Indonesia. Okay, then who knows? Maybe you can speak Arabic. Oh, yes, Arabic.
Arabic.
Yes, I love Arabic language as well. Javanese language, yes, of course, because you are from Java Island or Javanese ethnicity, right? English, yeah, because you are from English language education departments, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you are learning English. Okay, so we have Arabic language, Javanese language, Indonesians, Javanese, yeah, And I believe one thing that you are also speaking Madurese for those who are from Madura Island, right? Okay, and my last survey, maybe what other countries this is out of Indonesia have you ever visited or you have ever been to? Maybe none. Okay, right. But no worry, you still have long way to go. Yeah, you still have a more chance, more time. Yeah.
Country, Lombok, Bali,
Okay.
Bontang
Yeah.
is cities. Country.
Yeah, Lombok, Bali, Bontang, that's the name of city. Yeah, but it's okay. Yeah, you learn other area as well. Yeah.
I think one of the students, one of them have been to Malaysia, but I
All
don't know
right.
whether he is joining now. Ines,
Okay, from Malaysia.
Ines,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
from
cool.
Malaysia. He has been to Malaysia.
Okay, right, good. Yeah, but no worry. You still have a chance to visit someday. Yeah, everyone has the opportunity. Yeah. Okay, because visiting other countries is really important. Yeah, to learn other countries because this is a big world. Yeah. If you miss a chance to visit other countries, so you will miss the beauty of the world. Okay, right? Okay, yeah. As me, I am now in Hungary. Yeah, Hungary is the Central Europe, and I'm grateful because through this country, I have an access to visit other countries in Europe because I have Schengen visa. So I don't need additional visa. I just come a visit to other countries freely. Yeah. In the area of Schengen countries. Yeah, we call that as European Union. I've been to Norway. I've been to Sweden. I've been to Germany. I've been to
Romania,
um, Romania, not yet. Yeah.
not yet. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been to Portuguese. I've been to Spain. Yeah. And the end of this month, I'll be in um, German again. Yeah. Munich,
Oh,
short course. Yeah. I don't pay me myself. Yeah. I just apply for any courses. They are free and they provide accommodation. So yeah, this is some kind like free travel and we got paid for that. Yeah, that's the way how international students survive. Yeah,
So
you will
you
know
are
now.
allowed, so you are allowed to join any course in any universities in another country in Europe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, there is an open registration, so everyone has a chance to register, and it is a bit high competitive. Yeah, so we just apply. If we got accepted, so we just go. The institutions or the organizer, the committee support the accommodations. Yeah, and we can save the money from that. Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of opportunities that we can get. Yeah. And it is very beneficial. Yeah, to try. Okay. So, well, thank you. Well, let me go on with my presentations. Okay, actually I want to have another activity. This is similar and different, but I don't think there is an options of breakout room, but that's okay. So what I actually want to do is that you will discuss with your groups, and a small groups, yeah, consists of 4 or 5 persons. Then you can talk about your background, then find the things you all have in common, yeah, the similar about you and your friend, and 3 things that are different, yeah, among you. Then finally, think about the task, yeah. Finding those things are difficult, yeah, or not. Which one? Finding the similarity or the difference, yeah. This is actually interesting activity, but that's okay, yeah. You
Should
you
I
can
open the breakout room for this activity?
yeah, it would be okay, yeah.
So I'll make a breakout room and divide the students into some, I don't know
Yeah,
how many
any
participants.
any groups, yeah.
Yeah. Is it three or four participants, or how many? How many participants are there in the group?
Um, maybe 4, yeah. 3 to 4 participants would be
Three
okay.
to
Yeah,
four participants. Okay.
okay. This is only a simple, yeah, simple activity. Do not take it too much thought about this. Okay, so let me just repeat again. So probably within 5 minutes, yeah, not long. You can share with your friends
Mhm.
about your background a bit, yeah. You can talk about your ethnicity, the city, your family, your interests, and so on, a little bit about the backgrounds. Then you can just discuss what 3 things you all have in common. For examples, yeah, I'm from Java, you are from Java, and he's from Java. So we have something in common that we are from the same uh, Javanese island. And so we have the same ethnicity. Then find 3 things that are different. Yeah, probably um, I'm from originally Gresik, for example. I'm from Madurai, for example. Yeah, so we are different in that things. And which of these tasks was more difficult? Yeah, is that
Yeah.
finding something similar or something different? Okay, yeah. Not long, only 5 minutes. Yeah. Okay. Right. This is only a brainstorming.
That I'm still assigning the students to the rooms.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, for the students who have been assigned to the room, please go to the breakout room ya. Itu sudah ada di oke. Allow me to speak in bahasa Indonesia, itu sudah ada roomnya sendiri-sendiri. Coba enter room kalau seperti itu.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, just 5 minute activity,
Iya ya,
and
5 minute
yeah,
activity, please
share
discuss.
and discuss relaxedly with your friends.
Oke, kayaknya sudah.
Okay.
Oke, kayaknya sudah join semua.
Okay, they are joining in a group. Okay.
Nah, Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum. Dengar suara saya enggak nih?
Okay. Actually, we have some students in the main room. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, how many times, how much time they have to do this activity?
Not long, maximum 5 minutes, and I think it has been running for about three minutes. Right. Okay, then 1 minute more, then we can just finish. Yeah. If you would like to share, I would love to. If not, it's okay. Yeah. We'll just continue for the next slide.
1 more minute. So in 1 minute, I will close the breakout room for all the students, for all the rooms.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think
it is enough for the discussions. So I will
yeah,
close.
yeah.
I will close the breakout room. Wait.
Okay. Okay. Well, they're still going back. Okay.
Okay, I think the students are already here.
Okay. Okay.
They
Well,
are already returning to the main room.
okay. Right. Okay. Students, thank you for your discussions in your groups. Yeah. If you want to share something, I would love to. Otherwise, we just continue to the next slide. But I hope you have something in mind that understanding cultural differences and similarities are very important. Yeah. Even though that's still in local context, but we try to understand in the global context. Why is it important to understand about other countries' culture. Therefore, we learn about cross-cultural understanding, right? To get to know more and to get understand about what is cross-cultural understanding, we need to understand each of the terms. Yeah. First is about the culture itself. Yeah. What is culture actually? Yeah. I believe that probably some of you have already understood about what culture is. However, I need to underline every terms to get you more understanding about the concepts. And therefore, later, we will try to use that theory to understand what is actually the culture. Yeah, theoretically, there are two types of culture. You can see on the slide. Yeah, so this is some kind like an iceberg. Yeah, when you see the oceans, yeah, through the ships, yeah, you will see something which is white, which is on the surface. Yeah, we call that a surface culture, what we can see. Yeah, however, under the surface culture, we have a bigger, yeah, entity. We call that as a deep culture. So basically, there are two types of culture. Yeah, we call that as a surface culture and a deep culture. What is surface culture? Yeah, suppose we are on the boat or on the ships and we see something there. Yeah, of course we can see food, we can see flags. Yeah, there are many kind of flags. We can see a lot of festivals, fashion, music, performance games, language. Yeah, we can see that. What we can see basically is a surface culture. So surface culture refers to those pieces of culture that exist on the surface and it can be observed. Something that we can see, something that we can touch. Yeah. Like foods. Yeah. You know nasi goreng? Yeah. We know that this is food and we can see it clearly. That we call a surface culture. Probably we are just aware that understanding culture, which is something that we can see clearly, we call that as a surface culture. However, other thing than surface culture, we know a bigger things, we call that as a deep culture. This is what we cannot see. Yeah. Then this culture refers to the ideas, beliefs, feelings, values, and attitude. Yeah. Belongs to particular country or culture. And we can see, and it really exists. Yeah. But we cannot see because it is intangibles. Yeah. What are they? Yeah. Some kind like communication style. Yeah. Probably we can see it, but we don't know. Yeah. We cannot analyze unless we know that we have different communication styles. Indonesian styles, yeah. Other country styles, they might be different. Yeah. Another thing is about feelings, yeah, about the notions of friendships, yeah. The concept of friendships are different between Western culture and Eastern culture. The concept of time, yeah, this is also different, yeah. Other attitude, yeah, and other things, yeah. I can give you a little bit brief informations about this deep culture, yeah. So we can take conclusions that culture involves beliefs, attitude, values, traditions, and material objects, material objects, that something that we can see, they're shaped and shared by groups of people. So basically, cultures can be learned. Yeah, cultures are shared. Cultures are dynamic. Yeah, they can change. Yeah, and culture is a symbol of a country, and it is very systematic, connected to other things. Yeah. One thing's about values. Yeah, as we understand that every country has their own values. Yeah. For example, Indonesian values, like cooperations, or we call that as a gotong royong. Yeah. That we cannot find in other countries. Yeah. That's a values. Yeah. Meaning that values is tied to the certain country and it becomes the characteristics of the country. Yeah. So other things like race, ethnicity, religion, country of origin, geographic regions also identify or represents the culture. You might be from different cultures in your context, Indonesians, yeah, because you have different ethnicity, yeah, different race probably, yeah, a different city of origin or geographic regions. So basically, you are or you have a different culture in your context. Now, the thing is that if we mingle or we interact with other countries, yeah, we need to understand other countries' culture. Yeah, that's the things. And by this meeting, we will share about it. Another thing to understand is about the concept of multicultural, cross-cultural, and intercultural. Yeah. In our term, we use cross-culture, yeah, or interculture. Yeah. So from the slide, we can see that the terms multicultural refers to descriptives. So there are many groups of culture, yeah, but they are alone, yeah. It is only to describe many cultures, yeah. There are A, there are B, there are C, yeah. But when it comes to cross-cultural, we have a comparative or more than one cultures. It can be two or more different cultures, like C. When you are from Javanese island, you interact with a person from Madura, for examples. Like me, I'm from Indonesia, I interact with the people from Europe. So there are cross-cultural, yeah, there. What about intercultural? If intercultural means there is an interactions, yeah, an exchange among cultures. So there are many cultures that are interactive with each other. Yeah. So probably this happened with the countries which are many people, yeah, are coming from different countries. Yeah. So they are interacting each other. Like me in my classroom, I have a students from Myanmar. I've got students from Malaysia. I've got students from United States. Yeah. I've got students from Africa. Yeah. So there are many cultures and they are interacting each other. So we call that as an intercultural. So this concept is more than just multicultural, more than just cross culture, but this is an interactions among many cultures. So we call that as interculturals. So we have understood what culture is, then what intercultural is. And the next one is what is communication. I know that you know about the communication. So it focuses on the speech, pattern, language, and nonverbals. Yeah. So communication deals with the speech, the language. Yeah. You are learning English language. So I believe that you are aware of the culture. Therefore, you learned English language. Yeah. But learning language is not only about the language itself, but we have other thing. We call that as a nonverbal. Yeah, we will learn a bit about it. And communication also deals with the interactions. Yeah, if there is no interaction among cultures or among persons, yeah, it is not communication. So basically, communication is interactions among persons or between two people using certain mode. It can be language or non-language, or yeah, we understand as a non-verbal messages. Okay, then we can conclude that cross-cultural communication then, yeah, it can be understood. We can use the term cross-culture. We can also use the term intercultural, yeah, in terms of communication. So this study look how people from different cultural backgrounds, yeah, from United States, from Japanese, yeah, how they communicate, yeah, and how they try to communicate across culture. So how the people from different culture communicate across culture, because it is not easy. Yeah. Since every people have their own thought, they have their own um, conceptions, perceptions. So how to speak and communicate efficiently and effectively, one thing, we have to understand their culture, yeah, to avoid misunderstanding. So therefore, it is important to understand cross-cultural communications, yeah, to avoid misunderstanding. Why there is a cross-cultural communications? Yeah, of course, we have language differences. When you speak to English-speaking countries people, yeah, they will speak English, so you have to speak English, yeah. Language differences. When you meet Japanese people, you have to speak using English. To get to know, if you know Japanese, you can speak using Japanese language, because we have language differences, so we have to know their language. We have also have difference, yeah, concept of nonverbal. Nonverbal differences, yeah, always there, because cultures also represent the way they perceive something, and it represents to their nonverbal communications. I'll show you later in detail. We also have the concept of high context and low context cultures. And of course, power distance. Power distance means there is a distinctive value of upper cultures and lower cultures, and that makes different. Okay. There are two types of communications. I know that you probably know this, yeah? We have verbal communication and non-verbal communications. As verbal communication, of course, it uses sounds and words, yeah? We only use sounds and words, yeah? For example, when we have a face-to-face communication like this, yeah? We also can use any aids, yeah, for our communication, but basically we use the sound and words, yeah. I take my sounds and words to communicate this topic, so I use verbal communications. Another communications, we call that as a non-verbal communications. Non-verbal communications, we use body movement, facial expressions, and physical distance. So I have no words in this case. So the question is it possible to use only one mode of communications, verbal? Yeah, that's possible, but it can be better if we combine those communications. So we have verbal communication, we use our words, We use our spoken language, and we also use our body movements. It can be just facial expressions or physical distance. And regarding these things, yeah, as we see that verbal language, of course, it is different, yeah, among countries. Every countries, they have their own language. But further, we have to understand that nonverbal communication also different each countries. Yeah, they are probably have something in common. Yeah, similar, but some other things they are definitely different. Yeah, I provide you several examples like this one, eye contact. What do you think about eye contact? In our culture, yeah, if we speak with other people and we stare or we see their eyes, what do you feel? Do you feel comfortable or not? Do you feel something, yeah, probably you feel something that it is not good, maybe? Regarding eye contact, yeah, we have different perceptions about this. Yeah. For examples, in the United States, someday when you go there, something that in our culture, yeah, we don't see that eye contact is something good because it shows in respectful, maybe, yeah. But in United States, yeah, good eye contact shows interest in person, yeah. So when you speak to United States people, yeah, and they look at your eyes, means they show their interest, yeah. It might be different when they don't see you, yeah. They have no any interest at you, yeah. So this eye contact is important when you speak with United States people, yeah. Um, in other part of countries in Middle East, yeah, yeah, Middle East like Middle East countries, yeah,
Cairo.
yes, right. Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, yeah, then and the neighbors, yeah. Eye contact, yeah, is considered less appropriate, yeah, and much less common, yeah. So when you speak with Middle East person, yeah, so we have to avoid what we call as eye contact because it is considered less appropriate, yeah, even though it is still acceptable, but it is somehow disturbing. So it is important maybe to avoid it. Another part of country like ASEANs, yeah, Indonesians, yeah, is included in Asia country, African, then Latin America, southern part of America, yeah, American continent, yeah. So extended eye contact as an affront or a challenge of authority. So we challenge it, yeah. For example, say, like typical of ASEAN people, when speak to our teacher, for examples, and we see their eyes, of course, the teacher will have an impression that, oh, the students challenge me. Do you feel so? Yeah, because we have different cultures. What about Western Europe? Yeah, Western Europe, like the place or the country where I live now. So, um, eye contact is considered as something which is important. Yeah, because when we speak to other people, we need to show our interest, our focus. Yeah. So it is considered proper and polite, yeah, to maintain our constant eye contact. Because if we don't focus on our eye contact, they will see that probably um, we don't have any interest in talking with someone. Yeah. Or even when you speak with someone, yeah, from Western Europes, then we just probably we don't see their eyes, yeah, by showing this expression probably. So there will be misunderstanding, yeah. They will think, oh, why are you doing it? Do I have something? Do I have a mistake? Uh, is there any something strange or something wrong with me? They will think so. So even this body language in terms of eye contact is worth considering in communications because some parts of the countries have their own conception and perception regarding eye contact. So we have to think about this. The next is about gestures. Yeah. Gestures deals with the hands or head, yeah, to express the idea of meaning. I have several gestures and probably you can guess, yeah. Um, Pointing with thumbs like this, yeah. What do you think about this gesture when you communicate with other people? In our culture, probably it means something, yeah. For examples, yeah. When we show something, yeah, it is probably considered polite, yeah. So most Asian people, yeah, Malaysia, for example, or even Indonesia, it shows respectful, yeah. What about other culture? Yeah, it means nothing, yeah. It doesn't have any meanings if you show like this, yeah. So they don't understand. They are not aware with that sign, yeah. Even it really exists in our culture, but it doesn't exist in other countries' culture, yeah. It means nothing. It doesn't represent anything. Yeah, pointing with the thumbs. Another gesture is calling with index fingers like this. What do you think about this? When you speak to your friends or to your seniors and you use this gesture, what do you think? It is considered polite or impolite? Yeah.
Impolite.
Yes, impolite, right? Yeah. Come on, come. Yeah. In United States, it is considered respectful. Yeah. Come on, come. Yeah. Yeah. It shows positive thing. But in other culture, like Asian culture, it is offensive. Yeah. So when you have a friend from United States come to your country, Indonesia, yeah, and they use this gesture, yeah, do not be offended, yeah, because it is their culture. But when they learn about this culture, they will not use this because it can um, lead to the misunderstanding. The next is extending palm up front to the face, like this, yeah. In Asian culture, we call that as a greeting, hi, yeah. But in Nigerians, for example, yeah, it can be offensive, yeah. Especially Nigerians probably represent African country, but not all African countries, yeah. The next is pointing with index fingers, yeah, like this, yeah. In our culture, yeah, of course, this is rude, pointing you, yeah. Or maybe we use this gesture, right? Yeah, rather than use this pointing with the index fingers. Yeah, yeah. But for American people, yeah, it represents something which is pleasant. Yeah, it is good. It is something positive. Yeah. Donald Trump usually use this when he shows his gesture, and it is accepted. Yeah, for American people. But for Asian people, for example, like us, yeah, it can be very offended. It shows impoliteness. The next is thumb up, like this one. Yeah, thumb up. Yeah. This is actually a very universal gesture, but it's somehow different in some countries. For example, Iran, yeah. Showing gesture like this, it is disgusting. Yeah. I have a Iran friend, yeah, and yes, he said so. But other cultures, it shows good luck. Okay, good luck. It is good. Yeah, yeah. The same as Indonesian culture. What about this? Okay, fingers. Yeah. In ASEAN, it is okay and fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. However, others culture, yeah, um, it doesn't represent anything. Yeah. It means nothing, meaningless. Yeah. When you have a gesture like this, yeah, they will not catch what you mean. Yeah. But for ASEANs, when you communicate to people from Malaysia and you use this finger from far away, they will understand, okay, that's fine. Yeah. But other cultures receive this as something which is meaningless. Okay. Another gesture is a nodding. Yeah, nodding. Yeah. Nodding head. Yeah. Meaning yes. This is meaning no. Yeah, that's a general understanding about nodding. But I have a very interesting experience when I live in Delhi. Yeah, I used to stay there for 3 years for my master degree. Yeah, I lived in Delhi. I took my master degree in Delhi University. So I really understand how Indian people nodding. Yeah, and this is a very interesting fact that the concept of nodding between other people and Indian people are different. Yeah. When you are speaking to Indian people and they say nodding, commonly when people like this, it means no, right? It means no. But for Indian people, this shows understanding. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. So when you are speaking with Indian people and they yeah use their gestures like that, don't be offended. Yeah, it means they understand what you are speaking about. It means yes, it means there is a very good interaction, yeah, among between you and them. Yeah, so that's Indian nodding. Yeah, it is interesting to know. Yeah, because it is their culture. Yeah, if you see Indian movies, yeah, we mostly see them nodding like that. Yeah. Right. Um, Another non-verbal communication is touching. Yeah, touching. Petting kids' head. Yeah. What do you think about this culture? Yeah. Yeah. Probably in our culture, it can be accepted. Yeah. It depends on the context, but some other parts of country, it is offensive. Yeah. Doing like this. But most Western cultures, when they are petting kids' head like this, yeah, it shows something which is warm, yeah, connectedness and friendly, yeah. Like here as well in Europe, yeah. I've got my kids, yeah. When he meets his teacher usually does this, yeah. It shows something friendship, yeah. Friendship gesture, yeah. Okay. And the last, this is about expanding left hand. Yeah, like this. Uh, Usually when we are shaking our hand with other people, we use our right hand. Yeah. But some other countries, they also use their left hand. Yeah. and they have different perception about this. For Muslim culture, yeah, of course it is inappropriate. Yeah, it is implied. Shake hand using hand, left hand. Yeah, of course it is not good. Yeah, but for other cultures, for example, from Western culture or Western cultures, American cultures, they are fine. Yeah, they can shake hand using left hand. Yeah, like some people are doing here. They usually shake hand using the left hand. Yeah, right. Including clothings. Yeah, I believe that you have understood this. Yeah. What we need to understand about clothing as part of culture is that it is somehow related to um, the need or the geographical situations where the people live. For example, in Western culture, yeah, in Western culture, what they actually wear really depends on the weather. Yeah, like now, it is in winter. Now it's a winter. Yeah, most people are wearing a very, you know, um, wearing clothes. We are covering all parts of their body. Yeah, including their head because they feel cold. Of course, they wear jackets and so on. So they are covering all parts of the body. But when the summer comes and it is very hot, yeah, it can be around 35 to 40 degrees, yeah. What they are wearing will be very open, yeah, because because it is hot, yeah. They will get sweaty with that clothes. So they just clothe what is needed only. They just cover parts of the body which are usually covered. That's all. Other parts are opened. Yeah, because it is basically they are wearing clothes, yeah, based on their need, and it is free. Yeah. So next time, if you have a chance, yeah, to go to the Western countries, yeah, you will see that uh, that is a usual, yeah, something which is usual, yeah. But it really differs from our country, our cultures, yeah. We are not really tied on the weather, yeah, because we almost use the same clothes in every seasons, and we know that what clothes is appropriate and which is not appropriate. Yeah, that's about clothing. Okay. Another nonverbal communication is a greetings. Yeah, you can see from the pictures. Yeah, there are many kinds of greetings. For examples, Japanese people, they are bowing, right? And most of Western people, they use handshake. Yeah. Most Latin people, they use physical contact. Yeah. Embracing, some kind like this. Yeah. In our culture, it is, yeah, somehow accepted, but we we seldom see like this. Yeah. But for close friend, or we have relatives, yeah, they can be like this. But most Latin people, yeah, they use physical contact when they greet each other. Some countries like France, Spain, Italy, Portugal, yeah, they use chipica chipiki, right? Kissing both cheeks like this one, yeah. And this is also very typical of Indian culture. They collide their hands like this one. Yeah, this is might be also um, applicable in our culture. Yeah. So the problem is um, when we don't know how we greet in certain country, there will be misunderstanding. Yeah. But generally, we can use handshake. Yeah. Okay. So that's greeting. Right. Another concept is high context and low context cultures. Yeah, you can see that most people from Europe's country, we call that high context cultures. And some countries from eastern part, yeah, they follow low context culture that really depends on the words to convey meaning. So words is very important in low context culture. In high context culture, non-verbal sign is very important. They can see from your gesture. Yeah. If low context culture, they do not really care, yeah, about non-verbal signs. They mostly depends on your and on your words. Yeah. So they will listen to your words. They will think over about your words. Yeah. In high context culture, like in Western Europe's, yeah, or in Europe's in general, they really can see or they will consider our nonverbal signs, our gestures. So it is important to understand nonverbal communication instead of our verbal. So when you are learning English as your medium of language, we also need to understand not only how we speak, but how we behave, how we put ourselves, how we use our gestures, how we use our context, yeah, rather than the content of our speech, yeah, because they will notice more on our behavior rather than our words, yeah, because they follow high context cultures. Right. This is about perception of time, yeah, you see, about the concept of punctuality, yeah. This is a bit sharing about the concept of time in the Europe, yeah. I don't know. Right now in Indonesia, probably they are starting to follow the punctuality when they are doing an event or activities. Yeah. But here, when the time is set at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, it will start exactly, yeah, what is written in invitations. Yeah. And the people are there already. So they are coming before the invitations. Yeah. And it starts exactly from the time they decide or they set. Yeah. For example, my class start at 9. It will start at 9 and we have to go, yeah, before 9. Yeah. Otherwise, we'll be late. And it is quite embarrassing when we are coming late. Yeah. If we are coming late, I would say I'd rather not to join. I'll go back. Yeah, because it is very embarrassing. Yeah. So to me, I'll be coming before the time. Yeah. Then I'll get ready because it will start definitely on time. Yeah. This is about perception of time. Okay. We have several values from European culture. Yeah. This is part of my experience. Yeah. Okay. If you have a questions, you can ask me. What do you think about this picture? Suppose that this is in European country. When we cross to the street, yeah, what happens? In Western culture, yeah, pedestrians or the people who cross are well respected. Yeah, they will let people to cross ahead than the driver or the cars. Yeah. So we don't need to worry that we have to see left and right and waiting for the cars crossings. No, if we want to cross, we just cross. The car will definitely stops. Yeah, because they appreciate the pedestrian and they appreciate the people who wants to cross. This is amazing. Yeah, something which is probably, yeah, not happening in our country, in some parts of our country. Yeah. So this is very good examples. Another thing, this is about opening the door. Yeah. I often meet, yeah, the people, yeah, when they come to the public places like supermarket, stores, yeah, universities, libraries, when we wants to come and accidentally there is a person in front of us opening the door, yeah, they will not close the door when they enter, but they keep the door open and let us come in. Yeah, there's a very positive culture and it happens, yeah, all the time I see. Yeah, and it is probably different in our culture when we open the doors and we just close. That's all. We don't think, we don't even care about the people behind us. Let them open themselves. But it doesn't happen here. Yeah. They let the door open and please the person to come in. Yeah. And the other person do the same thing if they find someone behind them. Yeah. This is very good thing. Yeah. The next one is this is about cycling cultures. Yeah. What do you think about this? Living here for 2 years, yeah, made me think that sometimes we measure the country's advancement, development by their technology. Actually, it is not 100% true. Yeah, but they use uh, but their conception of the thing based on their need, and it is good for them. That is called by high civilizations. Yeah. For example, like cycling. Yeah. Many bicycles are here. Yeah. Even many parking place. Yeah. Most of them are bicycles. Yeah. Because the people here, they still use bicycles for their movement, their mobilizations. Yeah. There is a special road for cyclists. Yeah, even me myself, I have my own bicycles, and it is very comfortable to ride bicycle to go from one place to other place. Yeah, even me, yeah, when I had my um research exchange in Austria, I've got my supervisor. Actually, she is old enough. Yeah, she is about maybe 70 years old. Yeah, but what I feel surprised is that when she comes to the office, yeah, she rides a bicycle. And I ask her, "Are you riding bicycle?" "Yes." "Why?" Yeah. She said that because I'm busy and I don't have a time to have a workout or exercise. So cycling keeps me healthy. So they are aware of the health. Yeah. By cycling, yeah, they can exercise. Yeah. And really, it is inspiring. Yeah. What do you think about this? Another experience, yeah, is about taking public transportations. Yeah, this is train. This is one of the public transportation available mostly in Europe. Yeah, when you get in to these public transportations, you don't need to show any tickets. You just come in. Yeah, and the ticket inspectors do not come all the time. Yeah. What we can learn from here is this is about honesty. Yeah. If you don't have a ticket, I believe that most of Western people, yeah, will not take the public transportation if they don't have ticket, even though they are not inspected all the time. Yeah. There is still inspections, but not all the time. Yeah. I just imagine when this system is implemented in our country, Indonesia, does it work or not? Yeah. So everyone will come, will use the transportations, yeah, without any tickets. Yeah. But they can run it. Yeah. And this is the value that they have. Honesty and discipline. Yeah. Okay, another things I'll show you. This is a picture of my daughter. This is the pink one. This is my daughter. Yeah. I bring with my family. I have one son and one daughter. She's now 9 years old, and she's in the third grade of elementary schools. Yeah. This is her friend, yeah, from Indonesia as well. Yeah. Which becomes a classmate. There is also a student from Egypt. Yeah. And this is her teacher. Yeah. What I impress with this is about tolerance value. Yeah. I always encourage my daughter to wear veil or hijab. Yeah. And they welcome for this. Yeah. They don't think very much about what they are wearing. Yeah. And they show their respects. Yeah. And I don't feel that I feel worried about this. Yeah. Even though it doesn't happen in all parts of Western countries. Yeah. Like, France. Yeah. France, I don't know, new rules, they forbid about any religion's attributes. But here in Hungary, yeah, there is no problem with this. They welcome, yeah, with this, yeah, and it is good, yeah. Their friends also receive, yeah, feel okay with this, yeah, no problems. They enjoy. They can be a friends without any bullying, yeah, so far. This is situations of my classroom, yeah. Um, Everyone is equal, yeah. There is no seniors, there is no junior, yeah. And the teachers are they just like a friend, yeah. And one thing as well, in addressing the name, yeah, most of people they just call their names, yeah, regardless their status, yeah. Yeah, for example, to me, when I call my supervisor, yeah, I call her name, yeah, like Anita, that's all. And he just called me my name, yeah, Nabhan, that's all, yeah. And there's not any problem with that, yeah. There is no Mas, Mr., Mrs., no, yeah. And it is different from our culture. When we call our teacher, we use sir, we use Mr., Papa, Ibu, and so on, yeah. But here, yeah, in Western culture, There is no any title to address the name. Yeah, we just call their names and that's enough. Yeah. Okay. I have three slides left. Yeah. I will sum up what we are discussing right now. So, what is actually cross-cultural communication in this case? So, from what we have discussed, we can understand that communication with different cultures is actually challenging. It is not just simply speaking and they understand. No, yeah. We have so many aspects that we have to think about. Yeah. Because every people have their own cultures, especially talking with the people from different cultures. Because cultures meaning that they have different ways of thinking, ways of seeing, yeah, ways of hearing, and how they um, interpret or their perceptions about what is surrounding them. Yeah. And even the same words can mean different. Yeah. And if we don't think about this, it will lead to the misunderstanding. Yeah. So this might happen, yeah, because language somehow have a different in their semantics, yeah. The meaning are different. Several words have different connotations, yeah. Connotation means something which are not exactly, yeah. Um, we have also tone differences, yeah, and also differences of perceptions. So this is a problem related to language, yeah, language, verbal language, yeah. Then my last slide. So how to improve our intercultural communications? The first is choosing words, yeah. So we have to be very selective in our words, yeah. If possible, we just use our specific denotative meaning, yeah, not connotative one. And try to avoid using slang or idioms that we don't understand, yeah. We also have to recognize about accents and intonations, yeah. Respecting local communications, formalities and style is also important, yeah. Ethic, yeah, body language, yeah. We also try to avoid negative questions, yeah, humor and so on, and tech turns, yeah. Do not so be dominant when you are speaking, yeah. Give other people a chance, yeah, to speak as well, yeah. And the last, we have to investigate their culture's perceptions, yeah. We have to learn their cultures by reading literature, yeah. Suppose that you plan to go to Austria, for example, someday. So you have to learn how their cultures, yeah, from several readings and people experience, maybe. Right. So my last words, study hard. Yeah. You still have a long way to go. Work hard. Yeah. And if possible, travel harder. Yeah. This is what we are doing now. Yeah. When you have a chance later, when you probably take your master degree, yeah, by scholarships. Now there are many scholarships available. Yeah. It can be government to government scholarships or even Indonesian scholarship like LPDP. Yeah. And it can be accessed. Yeah. Everyone has a chance. Yeah. Just prepare yourself. Yeah. And you will get that opportunity. Opportunity is open for those who take it. Opportunity will not come itself. You have to grab it. You have to take it. Okay. So well, Kasanam Saban. Thank you.
Thank you. Kosoram.
Yeah,
Hungarian.
2007 means thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
That's
Thank you
brilliant.
for the wonderful presentation, amazing experience that you have shared with us, and yeah, just like what you said, study hard, work hard, and travel harder. Okay, the students are still career, and they will have the chance to yeah to travel. Okay, now we move to the question and answer session. Okay, anyone who wants to ask the question for Mr. Salim, Mr. Salim or Mr. Nabhan, so I call you. Okay, maybe the first question is from Aan. Is Aan already here?
Me, Miss.
Wait, take turns. Yeah. Okay, I will. Okay, Aan, please.
Okay, you can ask anything.
Aan.
Yeah,
Are you
ma'am.
here? Okay, what is your question?
So my question is, what is the biggest culture shock you've ever faced in both countries, India and Hungary, and how did you get along with?
Yeah, that's good.
Question.
Okay. About the culture shock.
Okay. Should I answer right now?
Yeah.
Or okay. Okay, well, thank you very much for your questions. Abdullah Wahid, yeah. Okay. Do you have any interest to study overseas maybe someday?
Yeah, I want to be a guide.
A guide?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You can be more than guide.
I
Actually.
mean,
Okay. This is about cultural shocks, yeah. Okay. If you see that I have been experiencing living in a Western cultures right now and Eastern culture. So I have a bit clear picture uh, of the difference among those cultures, yeah, Eastern cultures and Western cultures, and they are very much different, yeah. Um, as I have been living abroad, so living in East Western culture are not that challenging anymore actually, because I learned something when I lived before. But I can tell you something. When I live in Delhi, yeah, there is no a big challenging about the language, yeah, because basically they speak English, yeah. They are under British colonizations, so most of the people they speak English, even they have their own accents, yeah, Hindis, yeah. So they speak English, but it sounds like Hindi, yeah. First coming to Delhi, I got difficulty to understand about it, but long time by time, yeah, I start to understand, yeah. But that's very unique, yeah. First is about language, but I can deal with this. Another cultural shock is about foods, yeah. As you see, that Indian food is very spicy, yeah, because there are a lot of spices there. Yeah, and it is different when we compare to our foods in Indonesia. Yeah, it is very much spicy. Yeah, and I noted one surprising culture is that about education system, especially exam. Yeah, I got that shock. You see, when we are doing exams, yeah, we are usually given a piece of paper which contains questions and a piece of paper which is an answer sheet. But it was quite different when we were in Delhi, especially in Delhi University. Given many pieces of answer sheet, books containing 24 pages, and several papers of questions. We were given 3 hours to complete all questions in 24 pages. So we have to write all the things, yeah, until all pages are complete. So you can imagine, yeah. And I was also surprised when I saw my friends, even they were still asking extra pages. Excuse me, sir, can I get extra pages? Even me, I hadn't finished my pages, but you still ask additional pages. Oh my God. Oh, I was shocked at the time. Yeah. Okay. So that's the challenging part, but we can deal about this. And living in Western cultures, what I'm still struggling is about um, praying. Yeah, because we only have one mosque. So, and it is not always open when we want to pray. Yeah. And most of the public places do not provide a place for praying. For example, in my university, this is the largest library in Central Europe, but they don't provide a praying to place for praying. So when praying, we have to set our special place, maybe in the corridor or the place which is not available for public. So we can use that place for praying. Or even we just go back to our flats then pray. Yeah. So that's the most challenging thing when we go to the Western country. Yeah. But not all. Yeah. Probably in other parts of country they provide that thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Pak.
Okay, next question from Aulia or Ailis. Muhammad Aulia. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Wanna ask question to you. Um, Maybe what roles does humor play in Indian verbal communication, and how can Indonesian audience interpret? Is there a chance misunderstanding?
Okay. Can you repeat once more?
What
Your
role
question.
what role does humor play in Indian verbal
Oh,
communication, like jokes maybe, and how can an Indonesian audience interpret? Is there a
something
chance
about
of misunderstanding?
I think about humor, something like that. Humor in India, is it?
Uh-huh.
Yes, in
Yeah.
India.
About
Humor
humor.
play in Indian, like jokes. Maybe is
Oh,
a sense misunderstanding with our country about that.
okay.
Um,
Yeah, have you ever experienced with misunderstanding with the humor in Indians or in European countries with humor?
okay, to avoid misunderstanding,
Uh-huh.
could you clarify
Maybe,
what the question is?
yeah, but what I catch is maybe when the people in European countries or in India make a joke or having a joke or having humor. Okay, have you ever experienced misunderstanding in their humor or something.
Okay.
That's what I get. That's what.
Yeah, that's about nonverbal communication, right?
Nonverbal.
Okay. Interesting questions. Yeah. This is about nonverbal communications. I'm not sure if I had an experience dealing with misunderstanding in communicating about nonverbal language. But uniquely, if we talk about Indian culture, they have a very specific gestures which are different from our side of culture. For example, nodding, nodding, like that, Um, so far, I don't get any misunderstanding with that nodding, because we often see from the movie that they do the same thing, right? Yeah. So I can
From the
understand.
Indian movie.
Yeah. They do the same thing. Yeah. But another thing is that we have to be very careful when we are communicating with Indian people, because some people are quite tricky, with foreign students. For examples, when we want to get in to rickshaw is a kind of public transportation which are pulled by human. Maybe you know that. When we go to somewhere, so we have to check clearly. We have to very make sure, about the deal. For example, the price. From here to there, how much is the price? If you don't deal from the beginning, the price could be more and even higher
They just high
than what
price.
we expected, some kind like that. So we have to deal from the beginning. For example, 40 rupees or 50 rupees, 60 rupees. You have to be, you must have a deal in the beginning. Because, Indian people maybe see this as a chance. As an opportunity to grab the money from us. So we have to very careful with that. Okay.
Not quite different with Indonesian people.
But here, you don't need to worry about this, because every price is fixed. Everything is on the systems. For example, to get in the tram, we can just buy the ticket. Through the systems. So we will be feeling safe. About the cost of public transportations. So I think living in the Eastern culture, there are many things to consider, and we have to be careful. But when we are living in the Western cultures, probably we don't think very much about that. Because everything is settled. We just need to have a good behavior. We must keep good communication with our friends, and that's all. I think. I hope I'm answering your questions.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aulia, for the questions. Now, okay, Adi, do you have any question, Adi? What do you want to ask Adi? Is Adi still here?
Can I say anything? About scholar
Yeah, is
activity?
Adi still here? Okay. Okay, Ainis maybe? Ainis. Ines is not here. Okay, Ricky. Ricky is not responding also. Oh yeah, Ricky is responding. Okay.
Okay.
Hello, Ricky.
Yeah.
I wanna ask you, sir,
Yes, yeah, please.
can you share some specific cultural that are unique to India and how they may be interpreted differently in Indonesia?
Okay. So the
Yeah,
students are really interested in the
Specific cultural that unique in India.
all right. Yeah. Okay. You seems to be very interested in
India. Okay.
yeah.
More interested
Yeah.
in India than the European.
Yeah. But India can be, a representations of, Asian cultures. Yeah. It is a big culture. Yeah. You know, Indian used to be a very very big countries. Yeah. Um, before they got separations, yeah, Pakistan, Bangladesh used to be one country of India. So basically, Indian territory, yeah, includes Pakistan right now and Bangladesh right now. So you can imagine it is a very big countries. Yeah. And now Indian is the most populated countries in the world. It is number one. Yeah. Surprising China. China used to be number one, and now Indian is number one. Very huge populations. Yeah. Regarding your questions about very interesting cultures about India, I would say number one is, you know, young people with the same gender, they usually walk together and they hold their hands. So they are holding each other, even they are in the same gender. So boys and boys, they usually walk together and hold their hands. If you see this in Indonesia, it will feel you will feel strange, right? Oh, how come? But they do that, yeah. And it happens, yeah. Right. The second culture is this is very interesting. Some people they still consume what is Indonesian said how to say the leaves that can keep our teeth health, maybe you know that one. Yeah, they also consume that one. Yeah, most of people to keep their teeth health. Yeah. And the most surprising thing is this is about beliefs, yeah. Indian is well known that they are Hindu, yeah. But basically, most of them are disbelief people, yeah. Yeah, they are actually liberal persons, yeah. They don't have any God, yeah. And it is no problem, they confess, yeah. Like me, yeah. They said, I don't believe in God, yeah. And it is common, yeah, for them, yeah. Because what we understand that Indian is a big populations who embrace Hindu as their religions. And basically it is not. Yeah. They are atheists actually, most of them. Yeah. Another thing is that, as my friends confess, even Indian consists of many ethnicities and there are many languages, but not people can speak their their traditional language. They mostly speak English. Yeah, this is a confession of my friend who is studying in Delhi University. He said, I'm from Assamese, but I can't speak that language. I speak English. Yeah. Even not all people can speak Hindi. Yeah. This is about habits, yeah, because they are encouraged with the system to speak English. So they get used to speaking English all the time. And therefore they forget their own traditional language. Yeah. Another culture, this is, I need to clarify, yeah, what we see all the time in social media about street foods, yeah, which are available anytime and they are very dirty, yeah. It is okay in some cases, yeah, they are available, but not all like that, yeah. What we see is something disgusting and that's all, yeah. But actually, there are also certain places that are clean, yeah, and it is good to enjoy, yeah. Even me myself, sometimes I miss Indian food, yeah, and they are not as dirty as we see in the social media. And you can try it, yeah. The spicy is more than Indonesian food, but it is nice. Living there for 3 years, yeah, makes me forget Indonesian food. When I went back to Indonesia and I try Indonesian food, I feel strange even with Indonesian food. Oh, it tasteless. I don't feel any taste in Indonesian food because I was getting used to Indian food with that spicy thing. Yeah. So yeah, not all bad things happening in India, but we can learn something good from Indian culture. Yeah. Okay, if you are interested in Eastern culture. Okay.
Okay, thank you for the question, Ricky. Now we go to the next questions. Okay, Adi, are you already here? Adi? Adi, do you want to ask questions?
Yeah. Did you just mention me, Miss?
Yeah, you said that you want to
Yeah,
ask
I have.
questions.
Yeah, can you hear me clearly?
Yeah,
Sir?
it does. Okay, I can hear you.
Yeah, I have questions regarding punctuality of time, which in Indonesia we have a problem like jam karet, yeah, jam karet in Indonesia. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
several. I read a lot sources regarding of jam karet or punctuality of times. This is related to the stage of civilizations, which our country is still in the process of transformation from agricultural to industrial. This case is also happened to South Korean in the 60s. Is jump current and the problem with recurring of time is related to the stage of civilization from agricultural society to industrial society. So what do you think about this?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah. What you are just stating, yeah, that's correct. I think Yeah, because when we see historically, Western culture has passed the phase of industrial revolutions. Yeah, a long time ago, and it really impacted to all aspects of their life. Yeah, including their cultures. I believe that situations, yeah, that's economic perspective, yeah, is connected with the cultures of punctuality, and it has been implanted a long time back. Yeah. If we compare with Indonesian culture, which is now still in the process of developing the industrializations, I think it is really connected as well with that thing. But however, as we can see, that Indonesian people is, I believe, is trying very hard to change that culture. Yeah, because the information is, excuse me.
Speaking.
Okay, next questions. Kalau ada yang mau bertanya dari yang telepon, langsung di unmute ya speakernya. Dari cewek-cewek. Girls. The girls keep silent. Emma, be ready ya, Emma.
Okay, I'm sorry. My kids. Okay, so yeah, I agree with your perspective that it is connected with the industrial phase that Indonesian is trying to build, to establish right now. Yeah. Okay. Still far way to go. Yeah, to get that systems and culture.
Okay. I think it's very clear, sir.
Okay, one more questions maybe. One more questions from the girls. The girls just keep silent. Girls,
Yeah.
Emma, maybe Emma, Dila, Putri.
Anytime.
The
Yeah.
girls are not responding. Or maybe we can stop the meeting. We can end the meeting until. Okay, I think because it's already 2 hours. We're talking about verbal and verbal verbal and non-verbal communication from 1 p.m. Right now it is 3 p.m. Okay, and what time is it now in Hungary, Mr. Salim?
9 at 9 right now.
9. Okay, 9. Okay. So do you live in Budapest, right? Is it in Budapest? It is in the capital city of Hungary.
I stay in Szeged. Szeged is the city after Budapest. It takes about 2 hours and a half by train. to reach Budapest. Yeah. But there are a lot of international students in Szeged University. Quite nice place. Yeah. If you want to know more about me, you can follow my Instagram account at Nabhan Salim. Yeah. And you can ask me personally if you want to. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I think I should end the meeting now, Mr. Salim. Thank you for your time. Thank you for spending your valuable time with us. Okay, and I think before we leave the meeting, I should take picture with the students. Okay, so please, the student, turn on your camera and take picture. Okay, are you ready? Okay. Farah. Don't close your face, Farah. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Smile, everyone. Okay, wait. Okay, the other students, Arinal, Bila, Nafis, please turn on your camera. Okay, I think sudah. I think that's all for today's meeting. Thank you for coming, everyone. Thank you for Mr. Salim for being here. Okay, everyone, please say thank you and say goodbye to Mr. Salim. Maybe, hopefully, there will be another chance to meet you again next time.
Okay, so thank you everyone. Thank you, Bu Happy, for facilitating this
Thank you very much.
seminar. And good luck, everyone. I'll see you.
You too,
See
sir.
you.
Bye,
Bye.
sir.
See
Bye.
you. Thank you for your time.
Okay, you're welcome.